Yes, put up this tweet. This is what we are talking about today. This is the first phase of the WTF neoliberal breaking. The Biden administration have condemned the UK government's anti-strike laws. Now, I just want to pause. My grandmother would say more nerve than a brass a monkey on that one. Put it back up. We're not done. US Labor Secretary Marty Walsh said, I would not support anything that would take away from workers' rights, end quote. Okay, so let me give you some background here. Workers' Rights Agency denies back in the UK strike law. So there's some going back and forth about who supported, who doesn't support it, who's on first, who's on second, and who's on third. The head of the UN's Agency for Workers' Rights has denied that the organization backs the UK's tough new strike laws. It comes after UK ministers repeatedly suggested that the International Labor Organization supported government plans to enforce minimum service levels during public sector strikes. Is this sounding somewhat familiar to you all? The new laws are meant to protect the public from the impact of walkouts. It's coming from BBC News. Here's a thought: if you want to protect the public from public workers walking out, how about you pay them a living wage, make sure that they have health care and very extraordinary work conditions? How about that? That might do it, you know? Also coming from BBC. But unions have called them undemocratic, unworkable, and illegal. The US Labor Secretary Marty Walsh has also told the BBC he disagrees with the idea of minimum service agreements. Hold up, wait a minute. He disagrees with minimum service agreements for public sector workers and suggests that they may be detrimental to workers. Well, you don't say. No stuff, Sherlock. They got a whole lot of nerve, dude. The UK's strike minimum service levels bill will give the government the power to unilaterally assert levels of service provisions from striking workers in certain sectors and could lead to workers losing their job or unions being sued. Now we got a case pending right now before the United States Supreme Court that if it goes sideways will hurt workers in this country. So is this you, Biden administration? My stunt double weighed in on this when they prevented our rail workers from going on strike. Is this you? More than 500 labor historians condemn Biden's intervention in the freight rail strike. So Jackson, this is a case of y'all got some nerve dipping your nose in some other country when you got all kinds of stuff on you.
Yeah, and I mean, there was really no tactful or constructive reason for them to have publicly commented on this whatsoever. Who couldn't have seen that coming? You know what I'm saying? And again, it's things like this that just go to show all the gaps in people's operations. It's always funny, when you're younger and you're coming up in the world, you think that, the adults and the professionals have everything so together and all figured out. And then you start to become a part of it and you're like, no one's paying attention over here. No one's paying attention over there. Oh, they're just puppets over there. But it was just kind of, y'all really could have kept quiet about this one, especially considering that the railway situation just went down, but it was
just went down in December. Just went down in December. We all old enough to remember. They should have kept quiet. Another saying, be quiet. It's better to be thought of as a fool than to open your mouth and prove that you are one. And they have definitely proved this. We walking back in time on this. I want folks to know from the lever, Democrats passed the strike breaking bill. They got some nerves. The reason why we bring this up, because how dare they jump on over there in the UK when we got problems over here? Democrats, just in case y'all don't remember, as Jackson and I are saying, this just happened in December. Democrats passed the strike breaking bill for their rail industry donors with the kind of discipline, purpose, and audacity that the party has never mustered for long promise, but still languishing initiatives such as $15 an hour minimum wage and the PRO Act. You better say that. You better say that or tweet that. That's what they did. And then this next one, this last tweet really sums it up. Rail Workers United press release slams at Joe Biden. The most labor-friendly president has opted side with big business and call for a thwarting of rail workers' right to strike. There it is. But that did not stop them from dipping their nose over in the UK. They did that.